Hey Brawlers, I'm Mr. Hoodat, and I'm here to show you a game with Evella where I utilized my powerful early game to ramp into the late game with XP and Poly. In the late game, I created an ultimate endgame composition to close out the game. I hope you enjoy. In my first shop, Cinderella is a pretty easy choice here. Our hero is very strong early to mid, and we're against Skip, so there's no need to take an egg to preserve HP. There are a few good choices here with the Eeny Meeny spell. I decided I'd rather have the spell on the chicken, but also wanted the one gold to roll into the next board, so there's no need to buy and sell before casting. After my roll, I decide to lock the board as it has a good spell for Cinderella and above average minions. Here, I take the Shrink spell for my Cinderella, then Dragon and Mim for the best chances to win this next fight. I debate selling Egg for the Mim pair to avoid having to lock the board going into my first level 3 turn, but decided against it. My positioning has Dragon first to take out their support right away, then buffing my weakest attack minions so they can all trade into potential high health minions from my opponent. This next board is great for me. I take the scroll as it counts as a double spell cast for Cinderella with a good chance at giving me XP. My treasure choice is good as well. Sling is incredibly strong early game and goes really well with a peep in the shop. I sell my egg for the 1-cost animal to cash in before it breaks, then take peep, which will spawn 2/2 sheeps now, as well as give my backline +3/+3 and Evella buffs. On this board I take Crafty for some good stats, then roll to try to find evil ranged units to buff with Evella's hero power. I find the second stag to pair with my stag from the For Glory, then reposition so stags attack as soon as possible and my summons get buffed by Mim. This last board isn't worth locking, as I'd much rather have Adventurer, evil ranged, or more peeps than the donkey. I find my Adventurer, then decided to roll past the Spellweaver since Adventurer will be my third backliner for a while now. With my rolls, I'm looking for second Adventurer, XP spells, and my 2 triples. Cat's Call is worth selling to cast, as it provides Adventurer with more protection, as well as buffs my Mim some more. I find a second Adventurer, then continue rolling for even more XP. I find Grimsoul to proc my Adventurers, then decide to sell for Fairy Godmother to give my Adventurers enough health to potentially attack multiple times. A huge part of Evella's strength is that her ridiculous early game allows her to play this greedy. Her power gets weaker the later the game goes, but you can make up for that by rolling for XP and Polywoggles, while other heroes are busy trying to catch up to your strength. I'm now up 4 XP, and it's time to get stronger. I grab Cupid, which synergizes well with Fairy Godmother, then grab a Poly for a cheap tier 6 minion. I think about whether it's worth breaking my Adventurer pair for 4 glory, and decide that it is worth it. I think I'm favored to win the fight, and I still have a tier 3 pair for treasure map later. I get a great fight, getting my polyproc for a very strong tier 6 in Hercules, then got carried by Cupid to collect a good boy from the For Glory. The only other player that can keep up with my level is Skip, who has gone pretty hard for dwarves instead of strong tier 5 units, so I'm in a very good spot for first now. My goal now is to replace my board with tier 6 units as fast as possible. I pick up Dragon to hedge a different comp in case I don't find things to synergize with Good Boy. After my first roll, I find a second Good Boy immediately and sell for it. I decide not to lock the Pumpkin or the Lancelot in favor of trying to find Good Boy triple or wizards to pair with the Good Boy. While Lancelot is a pretty easy tier 5 treasure and a royal for wizard, I'm already looking at 2 tier 6 treasures from Hercules and Good Boy, so he's not necessary. I lose my fight by 1 HP to a second dwarf player, then collect my treasure from Hercules' quest. It's close between Owl and Singing Sword, but I feel Owl is better as there's still 4 to 5 fights left, and I have 2 good boys to scale with. I continue rolling for wizards, good boys, or Robin Hoods, then cast Dream to change into Mask as the other heroes didn't affect much. Changing out of Evella is usually the right plan as there's many game-changing heroes for the late game to switch into. Even Mask is pretty good here, to switch into instant value heroes like Gwen or Grandmother, and then switch again later. I kill the third dwarf player of the lobby, then use a dream to switch into Horde Dragon. Muerte is very good with Good Boy, but I still have time to grab a level 7 treasure, then switch out into something else later. I find my first wizard, but not my treasure. I'm expecting to lose this fight, as I haven't gotten much stronger in the past few turns, but once I get my level 7 treasure, I should be okay. After winning my fight with Merlin, I feel pretty safe for first now. Waddle is the only unknown for me, since I know Gwen is dwarves. I take a Doom Breath pair for an extra chance at level 7 treasure, then rolled right into a Good Boy triple with Mirror Mirror. I decide I don't need any more level 7 treasures, and switch heroes hoping for Trophy Hunter, but I get Fates instead. With Mirror Mirror Good Boy acquired, I now just need gooder boys and more wizards. I'll be taking most stat buffs for Good Boy for a few more turns, but I'll be saving my spell slot for Pig later. find another dream and choose Gwen to upgrade my second boy. I also find a second wizard to pretty much complete my endgame composition. I just need either Singing Sword or plus 100 for my Doom Breath triple now. I decide against casting Evil Twin and roll for more good boys before using my Knighthood, because using Knighthood will take them out of the pool. I find a third good boy, then use Knighthood to upgrade the buffed boy. With Mirror Mirror, 3 good boys, and a royal in front, I'm ready for the finish. I get down to the 1v1 and roll for a combat spell. Disintegrate is second best behind Picomorph, so I cast that and wait for the final fight. This game was a good showcase of how to take a strong early hero and rely on that strength to focus on endgame goals. With a strong early hero like Evella, it's hard to get punished for playing so greedily when given the chance. When you're far ahead of your opponents, a good way to close out the game is to focus on getting a level 7 treasure while they try to keep up with your power level. And as we watch this final fight, I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know what you liked or disliked about this video, and I hope to bring more gameplay content like this in the future.